You're a summoner? That's the weakest class in the world. The moment Lin Xiao awakened his class, everyone laughed at him. His rival called him trash. No team wanted him. No one believed he could clear a dungeon. Even a normal combat class was considered better than becoming a summoner. But they had no idea. Lin Xiao had awakened a unique S-tier talent. A talent so powerful that nobody else in the world could ever obtain it. Every single day, he gains a brand new S-rank talent. His first summon was just a tiny skeleton. Weak, pathetic, worthless. But after receiving an S-rank talent, it evolved into a terrifying Death Knight. A monster capable of slaughtering entire armies. Then his slime gained the power of endless evolution through devouring. His goblin became a master of legendary weapons. And that was only the beginning. While other people struggled to make one summon stronger, Lin Xiao gave countless S-rank talents to all of his summons. Every day they evolved. Every day they grew stronger. Every day they became more terrifying. Geniuses, prodigies, heroes, none of them could even defeat his weakest summon. Then the abyss descended upon the world. Demon gods appeared. Ancient monsters awakened. Even the gods themselves looked down upon humanity. But when humanity stood on the edge of extinction, one man stepped forward. Behind him stood an army powerful enough to shake heaven and earth. An army of death knights, ancient beasts, divine creatures, and beings powerful enough to rival gods. The world finally realized one terrifying truth. The strongest army was never an army. The strongest kingdom was never a kingdom. It was one summoner, and his summons. This is the story of Lin Xiao, the summoner who turned the weakest class into the strongest existence in the world. Week 1 8-hour video will be uploaded. All novels uploaded here are completed, so you will get a full story without searching or waiting. I have listened to the translated version on web, and there are no major problems with translation. If you want Chinese novel translated, give me the original name of the novel and I will respond to your request as soon as possible. Please make sure your request is on the latest video. If you hear this "do" sound in the novel, it means either question mark or some space is left, like getting materials or experience gain there more but not shown. If after a name is used and after there is silence, it means exclamation marks were used as in shock. I don't know if this will happen in recorded one, but it happened in web version. Chapter 323. Another god was killed in a daze, but unfortunately there was no experience. Otherwise, Lin Xiao wouldn't dare to imagine how many levels he could gain. Looking at the device in his hand, Lin Xiao found that the energy had decreased by 20 points. Each use consumed 10 points of energy, meaning the world heritage could only be used twice more. Only 2 chances? That doesn't seem like enough. 10 gods were besieging the heaven realm. 2 had died, and the world heritage still had 2 uses left, which was simply not enough to resolve the heaven realm's crisis. Moreover, this device also had a protection function. When there were many enemy monsters, it would directly attack, which greatly wasted uses. Can energy oil replenish the consumed energy? Lin Xiao suddenly thought of the reward he received for completing the dungeon mission. Without much thought, he immediately took it out to replenish the energy. The device's stored energy returned to 40 points. It works. 1 energy oil can restore 20 points of energy, and I have 10 of them, which means the world heritage can be used 20 more times. That's enough. This was exhilarating news. With 20 more uses, it was enough to kill those mysterious beings back and forth twice. So, did they know I would get this device and give me this reward specifically? Lin Xiao muttered, looking at the device in his hand. Universal parts and energy oil, not one less would do. Stepping outside, the area had become a ruin, completely different from when they first arrived. In the distance, The sounds of artillery fire and shouts occasionally echoed. Boom! A terrifying beam of energy shot out, passing over Lin Xiao and the others' heads. It was the ancient particle cannon. There seemed to be more than one such devastating weapon. A similar energy beam shot into the sky not far away, eliminating enemies attacking from above. I feel like an ant. And Yuan Kuei said, his nerves taut. The oppressive atmosphere on the scene made him very uncomfortable. He was confident he was not inferior to anyone, but on this battlefield, such strength could only be cannon fodder. Enemies above level 70 were everywhere, and monsters of level 80 and 90 were flying around in the sky. I'm leaving. This is beyond our capabilities. This is a war of the God Clan. We don't even qualify as cannon fodder. Staying here any longer is meaningless. The world heritage has been assembled and delivered to the Heaven Realm people, so we've done right by them. Xikong said to Lin Xiao, I think it's time to go too. Even though I haven't seen what a god looks like, seeing a god-slaying weapon isn't a loss. Lin, just give this thing to that officer and leave. Don't bother with this broken mission anymore. And Yuan Kuei kindly advised. In a war of this level, one moment of carelessness. No, there's no need for carelessness. Sometimes you don't even know how you died. Empty. A suffocating sensation instantly gripped their throats, making it difficult for them to make a sound, and their bodies plunged into darkness. You ants want to leave? Where do you think you're going to run? A cold voice came from all directions in the darkness. Is this the world heritage? Even ants like you can easily control it. It's indeed terrifying, but I won't let you off for killing my sister. I will torture you to death. The voice carried an oppressive weight, pressing down on Lin Xiao and the others' shoulders like a 1,000-pound burden. Their bones creaked, the ground shattered, and their bodies sank directly into it. Sister? You're the Dark Moon God's sister. Lin Xiao probably guessed who the other party was. What's with hiding your head and showing your tail? If you're so capable, come out and fight. Are all gods so sneaky? And Yuan Kuei gritted his teeth and cursed, blood constantly seeping from his mouth and dripping onto the ground. Still able to speak, it seems I was too gentle. The cold voice sounded again, and then Lin Xiao felt his body sink, the other party's gaze falling upon him. Hand over the device, and I can let you die a quick death. Lin Xiao grinned. The device is in my hand. Come and get it yourself? Isn't that simple? The other party did not respond. Hee, you don't dare, do you? You don't even have the courage to show yourself, only daring to hide in the distance and pressure us. It seems I guessed correctly. The strength of a god goes without saying. They could easily kill them, but the other party didn't do so directly. Clearly, she wasn't afraid. She just wanted to obtain the world heritage. Then you can die. Once you're dead, this thing will become ownerless, and it will eventually fall into my black obsidian god's hands. Crack. At this moment, the device in Lin Xiao's hand suddenly flew out, opening a special door. Not good. Black obsidian god's expression changed, and the darkness rapidly converged as she fled the area at top speed. Lin Xiao and the others were also freed. A moment later, the device closed and fell back into Lin Xiao's hand. She got away? And Yuan Kuei asked curiously. No, Lin Xiao shook his head. She was killed with one punch. Killed with a punch? But I didn't see him punch. And Yuan Kuei was very confused. He did punch, but we couldn't see it. It must have crossed space. Lin Xiao explained. Now that he controlled the device, He could clearly feel whether the World Heritage had hit its opponent. A hit meant an instant kill. He finally understood why, after he came out, the enemy gods hadn't launched a devastating attack. They must have known some of the World Heritage's special abilities. This thing also had the ability to enforce justice across space. It's just that Black Obsidian God didn't seem to understand. No, perhaps she did, otherwise she wouldn't have attacked from such a distance. Unfortunately, she was still within the World Heritage's one-shot kill range. Lin Xiao, do you have anything to say? If you don't make it out, I can pass it on for you. Despite just facing a life-or-death crisis, Sikong returned to the previous topic. Lin Xiao was speechless. I might not even die. But you really should leave after all. I can only guarantee my own safety, not yours. Lin Xiao, although we call you heaven-reaching proxy, you're not actually going to reach heaven, are you? Are you even afraid of a god's attack? What good things are you hiding? And Yuan Kuei was very curious. When they first arrived at Nanmen Station, they had planned to leave the dungeon, but Lin Xiao insisted on staying, saying he had the ability to protect himself. Now, saying it again, and Yuan Kuei couldn't help but suspect that he was hiding something good. Did you get it in the Gods' Assembly Hall? Qin Chuan asked. He knew Lin Xiao had entered the Gods' Assembly Hall and met gods, so it wasn't surprising for him to get something good. Sort of, so you don't need to worry about my safety. Lin Xiao nodded. All right, we'll wait for you outside. If you don't come out for a long time, we'll assume you're dead and build a tomb for you right here. Lin Xiao. Chapter 324. Qin Chuan and the other two left, exiting the dungeon. Lin Xiao, on the other hand, took the device directly to the front line, where intense battles were erupting. These guys are too cowardly. Can't they just come out and let me have some fun? Lin Xiao grumbled while replenishing the device's energy. The device had 30 energy points left, and he had 9 energy oils. Lin Xiao generously used 3 energy oils to restore the device's energy to 90 points. This way, even if they all appeared together, he could easily handle them. Arriving at the battlefield, Lin Xiao saw soldiers charging, facing enemies several times their number. Yet, even so, the Heavenly Realm soldiers did not retreat a single step. Lin Xiao glanced at the device in his hand and muttered, "Exterminate them." The device flew out, immediately unfolded, and then the World Heritage punched out, instantly annihilating the majority of the enemy forces. The sudden appearance of the giant mechanical fist stunned the Heavenly Realm soldiers, as did the Iron Tower officer in charge of command at the rear. Soon, he understood and excitedly shouted, "It's the World Heritage! We've completed the assembly of the World Heritage. Now it's our turn to counterattack." His impassioned voice spread throughout the battlefield. Although he had never seen the World Heritage, it didn't stop him from learning about it through other channels. Who? The battlefield immediately erupted in cheers. None of them had seen the World Heritage, but they knew it could save the Heavenly Realm. This was a concept instilled in them since childhood. However, that single punch was the most powerful proof. It almost wiped out a third of the enemies on the battlefield. As everyone cheered, Lin Xiao activated the device in his hand again. Just 2 punches had cleared out most of the enemies on the battlefield. "General!" Lin Xiao quickly found the Iron Tower officer. His power armor had multiple damages. His original left leg had been replaced by a mechanical leg, and his right arm was also the same. Such significant changes made Lin Xiao almost not recognize him at first glance. His appearance alone allowed Lin Xiao to imagine the intensity of the battle. The Iron Tower officer excitedly stepped forward and asked, "Did you bring the World Heritage?" Before Lin Xiao could answer, he saw the device in Lin Xiao's hand. "This is it. It's finally complete. Our heavenly realm is saved." Lin Xiao remained silent, because the dungeon's mission had not changed at all. Meaning, no matter what he did, the outcome would be difficult to change. "Come with me now. I'll take you to the front line. With the World Heritage, we can definitely eliminate these scumbags." The Iron Tower officer grabbed Lin Xiao's arm, ready to take him away. The front line needed him, there could be no delay. General, the enemy is coming again, and in greater numbers than before." According to calculations, there seemed to be nearly 100,000 troops. A scout soldier reported urgently. The Iron Tower officer nodded. "I know." Then he said to Lin Xiao, "Lin Xiao, let's go." "Go? Not eliminate them first." Lin Xiao almost thought he had misheard. The enemy was attacking, and instead of using the World Heritage to eliminate them, he was told to leave directly. Although the World Heritage is very powerful, it also consumes energy. Others doing this are clearly trying to drain the World Heritage's energy completely. We absolutely cannot let them succeed. As long as you go to the front line and hand over the World Heritage in your hand to any god of the heavenly realm, you can completely resolve the crisis of the heavenly realm. The Iron Tower officer said with certainty. Lin Xiao immediately understood his meaning. Now the enemy gods were afraid, not daring to appear, fearing being killed by a single punch. And he himself had no way to find them. Only by giving the device to the gods of the heavenly realm could they find the enemy. Even if you assemble the World Heritage, what then? Our great army alone is enough to completely flatten your heavenly realm. A sharp sound came from the void, but the figure of the speaker was invisible, clearly not daring to show up in front of the World Heritage. It seems the World Heritage isn't as strong as we imagined. As long as it can't find us, there's no need to fear. Revive my legion and completely flatten them. The previously dead enemy soldiers, including the Heavenly Realm soldiers, suddenly stood up, turning into living dead and launching an attack. This was the power of the corpse god. On the battlefield, the more intense the fighting, the more soldiers he had. Lin Xiao was annoyed by the opponent's arrogant voice, looked at the device in his hand, and muttered, "It has the ability to kill across space. It can't possibly fail to find a person, right?" He remembered the sudden appearance of the obsidian god. When the opponent attacked, the device didn't activate immediately. It seemed to have instantly killed the opponent after they revealed their killing intent. This should be the device's self-protection ability. Lin Xiao recalled the effect mentioned by the old man when he handed the ambitious device to him. If it was only a self-protection ability, then it should also have the ability to proactively attack. While thinking, Lin Xiao tapped the device in his hand and said, "You should have the ability to track enemies, right? If you do, use it quickly." After fiddling with it for a while, the device showed no reaction. Just as Lin Xiao was about to give up, an electronic voice came from the device. "Activate annihilation mode?" Hearing this voice, Lin Xiao's eyes lit up, and he immediately shouted, "Activate!" Indeed, this World Heritage was not that simple. Given permission, the device flew out again, unfolding a special Great Gate. This Great Gate was dozens of times larger than before. When this Great Gate appeared, Lin Xiao paused, then realized something. I knew there couldn't be just one fist. Boom! A giant mechanical arm grabbed onto the door frame. Then a head emerged, followed by its enormous body, squeezing out of the door. Even though this great gate was dozens of times larger than before, the World Heritage was clearly even more massive than the gate. 2 seconds later, a giant machine stood on the battlefield, raising its head to scan the sky, its red eyes flashing. Not good. Run! 2 voices rang out from the void. The World Heritage slowly raised its arm, pulled its elbow back slightly, and then punched out. Only a faint roar was heard in the distance as the fist crossed space, pulverizing the opponent with a single blow. Target Skyhawk Goddess and Corpse God eliminated, the mechanical voice said. At this moment, the Iron Tower officer standing beside Lin Xiao was completely stunned. He couldn't recover for a long time, even though 2 gods had just been killed. Lin Xiao glanced at the decorative energy consumption. Each strike had increased from the original 10 energy points to 20 points. Eliminate the gods outside the heavenly realm. Lin Xiao continued to give instructions. Yes, commencing search. Search complete. 6 gods remaining outside the heavenly realm. Lock on complete. Commencing annihilation. Chapter 325. There was no need to move to another battlefield. The World Heritage directly unfolded on the spot. Aside from its terrifying fists, cannons emerged from its back, aiming at the distant sky. The next second, a massive impact shook up dust, and terrifying artillery fire poured towards the distance. Boom, boom, boom. Lin Xiao was closest to the World Heritage. His ears were almost deafened by the roar. He then noticed that the device's energy was rapidly decreasing, dropping by 20 points with each attack. He immediately replenished it to maintain the World Heritage's consumption. Damn it, those trash couldn't stop the assembly of the World Heritage. If we're going to die, then we'll die together. A furious roar came from a distant place. Lin Xiao didn't know which god it was, but he soon felt a terrifying pressure approaching. Then, the sky was obscured by a giant black shadow of an unknown object. It was a continent. A continent was smashing towards them, like a planetary collision. Quick! Activate the ancient particle cannon. Set its power to maximum, and blast away the black shadow in the sky. The Iron Tower officer immediately gave the command. The next second, a terrifying beam of light shot into the sky, and the incoming continent scattered like burnt paper in the wind. Target is escaping. Locking on again. A mechanical voice sounded in Lin Xiao's ear. Just then, an ethereal voice slowly drifted over. My apologies, I'm late. It's truly shocking that you actually assembled the World Heritage. Lin Xiao was startled and looked in the direction of the voice. A woman slowly walked through the scattered white snow, her ice-blue dress and pupils giving off a sense of aloofness. She was a god, and her attire. Lin Xiao was about to confirm when he saw the Iron Tower officer quickly step forward to greet her. Lord Ice God, you've finally arrived. Ice God. It was her indeed. He knew from the Ice Snow Queen's palace dungeon that the Ice God had fallen, and her successor had remained in the palace, only to be killed by him later. If she found out, would she hold me accountable? The more Lin Xiao thought about it, the more he panicked. The holy temple was attacked and couldn't send reinforcements in time. I deeply regret what happened to the heavenly realm. The ice god first apologized, then looked at the giant mechanical creation beside her. You actually built the World Heritage. Even I feel fear from it. The heavenly realm should be able to overcome this calamity now. The Iron Tower officer gave a bitter smile and shook his head. What overcoming calamity? The people of the heavenly realm are almost all dead. Besides the main battlefield, the people you see now are all that's left of the heavenly realm. The ice god's jade lips parted, but words of comfort ultimately couldn't be spoken. This was no longer something that a few words could alleviate the other party's current mood. However, you now have the World Heritage to help you. After the war, no one will dare to touch you, and you'll have over 100 years to develop, the ice god said. Yes, I suppose that's a good thing, the Iron Tower officer sighed wistfully. Then he pulled Lin Xiao over and said, Lord Ice God, you don't know this, but the successful assembly of the World Heritage this time is all thanks to Lin Xiao. Without him, I'm afraid we wouldn't have lasted until the World Heritage was completed. Him? The ice god looked at Lin Xiao, her brows slightly furrowed, unable to see how this weak fellow in front of her possessed such ability. Hello, Lord Ice God. Lin Xiao greeted her with a smile. Even though he had killed her successor, that was a matter for later. She didn't know it now, so there was nothing to fear. The ice god stared at Lin Xiao for a moment, then asked, You seem very afraid of me? Have we met somewhere before? No, Lin Xiao answered cleanly. He indeed had not met the ice god. The ice god didn't press further, only feeling a slight sense of familiarity when looking at Lin Xiao. It seems I'm not needed here anymore, but since I've come, I might as well help you clear out some remnants. The ice god raised her hand, preparing to clear out the remaining stragglers. Just then, terrifying thunder suddenly surged in the sky, as if lightning was about to strike. The ice god's expression changed. It's Annihilation God. How did he get here? Rumble. Terrifying lightning, accompanied by the power of annihilation, struck down, hitting the attacking World Heritage. Instantly, the World Heritage was blasted to the ground, emitting sizzling electrical sounds. Is this the World Heritage? It's not as terrifying as the rumors say. At most, it kills some insignificant trash. It's good that those trash are dead. It frees up their positions. Black clouds surged, and a burly figure stepped out of the void, exuding an aura of annihilation. The surrounding space showed signs of melting. Annihilation God. It was indeed you who instigated this war. The ice god stared intently at him, her internal frost power surging wildly, pushing back the originally dark sky with an expanse of ice blue. Oh, the Holy Temple's ice god. Do you still have the ability to support the heavenly realm? Annihilation God sneered, then slapped his palm forward. Terrifying annihilation power surged towards everyone like a tide. The World Heritage immediately stood up, its fist slamming out, but upon touching the annihilation power, its parts began to corrode at a visible speed. The device's energy rapidly depleted. Without hesitation, he immediately used all the energy and oil. He could feel that the annihilation god in front of him was a level higher than those demon gods and corpse gods. He was a mid-level god. With the immense energy boost, the World Heritage unleashed its strongest energy output and punched towards the opponent. Annihilation God's expression changed, and he quickly dodged. A large spatial hole was blasted where he had just stood. To possess such power, no wonder it could instantly kill those trash so cleanly. But its strength is only at the mid-level, nothing to fear. The power of annihilation surged, and the evenly matched sky was instantly compressed. with annihilation becoming dominant. The heavenly realm and the holy temple must all die. Blame yourselves for offending those you shouldn't have offended and doing what you shouldn't have done. Your reckoning is inevitable. Annihilation God's moves were extremely ruthless, first attacking the ice god. Ice and snow power quickly condensed, attempting to resist the opponent's attack, but the two were completely not on the same level. Having just obtained a god seat and stepped into the mid-level, what do you have to contend with me? In just an instant, the ice god was defeated, half of her body swallowed by annihilation power, her face deathly pale. Humph, the world heritage is nothing but a pile of scrap metal. It's not as terrifying as people say. Utterly ridiculous. After disabling the ice god, Annihilation God directly attacked the world heritage. In his eyes, a pile of scrap metal posed no threat. Lin Xiao couldn't help, nor did he have the ability to help. In reality, they were simply not on the same level. He could only watch as the world heritage was gradually destroyed by the opponent. Annihilation God coldly did all of this. After completely destroying the world heritage, he glanced at everyone present. How uninteresting. Annihilation power surged forth. Lin Xiao watched it rush in like a tide, not daring to even think of escaping, only able to watch helplessly. Just then, a strong gust of wind suddenly roared, instantly scattering the annihilation power. Then, with a boom, a mechanical construct even larger than the world heritage suddenly fell, and a young girl's voice immediately rang out. Something isn't right. I actually managed to make it in time. Logically speaking, the heavenly realm should have been destroyed long ago, and the world heritage shouldn't have been able to be built. Why is this happening? Chapter 326. Another colossal mechanical construct, not only larger than the world heritage but also overwhelmingly superior in presence. This is the real one. Such a thought popped into Lin Xiao's mind. This mechanical construct before him was the true world heritage, vastly different from the imitation manufactured by the heavenly realm. Subsequently, Lin Xiao noticed a small girl standing on the right shoulder of the world heritage. Her attire was distinctly different from theirs. She was not from the heavenly realm. With the great universe unrestricted, truly any Tom, Dick, or Harry can become a god. The annihilation god was enraged upon hearing this. You're courting death. Annihilation power instantly condensed, intending to teach this ignorant fellow a lesson. A pile of scrap metal dared to act presumptuously in front of him. Simply ridiculous. At this moment, the world heritage turned its head, its eyes glowing red, and then a ray shot out with a whoosh, instantly annihilating him like a laser zapping a mosquito. Only a charred mark remained on the ground. The Iron Tower officer's eyes widened, and even the half-dead ice god lying on the ground looked horrified. A mid-level god was instantly killed with one blow, and it wasn't even a full-power attack, just a casual ray. Lin Xiao was equally stunned. The true world heritage was vastly different from the imitation. Mid-level gods were like mosquitoes in its eyes, easily crushed. Just then, Lin Xiao felt a gaze fall upon him, and then the girl's voice chimed. It was you, wasn't it, who changed the trajectory of the heavenly realm? Lin Xiao didn't respond immediately. He recalled what she had said when she appeared. She seemed to know the heavenly realm's original trajectory. She wasn't an NPC in the dungeon? Sensing that she harbored no ill will, after some thought he replied, Not really. The heavenly realm's fate was already sealed. What happened in the past is already set. No matter what is done, it will not change the heavenly realm's outcome. The sands of time collected by the temple, I didn't expect them to be used in such a way. You must be quite bothered by what happened in the heavenly realm back then, wanting to know if the heavenly realm could replicate the world heritage, if they could hold out until their people arrived, and my appearance. Listening to the girl's explanation, Lin Xiao immediately understood what was going on. In the original historical process, the train had long been destroyed, preventing the heavenly realm from replicating the world heritage. And thus they couldn't hold out until the temple's people came to support them. But his appearance changed all of that, allowing the temple to see a satisfactory outcome, he guessed. It's a pity about these sands of time, knowing that the past cannot be changed, and even if it could, it wouldn't affect the present. It's a complete waste of such a good thing. Lin Xiao listened to her muttering to herself and asked curiously, "How do you know all this? Logically speaking, you are also in the past now, so you shouldn't know about the future." Felt like she had traveled from the future. The girl scratched her head, wondering how to explain. "I didn't travel from the future. The me you see now is also the me from the past. As for why I know, you can understand it as, I'm just more powerful. The sands of time can't affect me. In my eyes, the heavenly realm has already been destroyed, and nothing will change because of my appearance." Lin Xiao. She was indeed strong enough to instantly kill a mid-level god with a mere glance. At this moment, the world heritage moved, extending an arm to grab the distant train. The train was like a toy car in its hand. "The matter here is resolved. You should go." Looking at the already dilapidated train, Lin Xiao was silent for a moment, then asked, "Will your future self know all of this?" The girl thought for a moment. "I'm not sure. This involves time, but the river of time was controlled by someone before the great universe fell into chaos. So if we have a chance to meet, you can ask me this question." Just then, a rumbling sound came from the distant sky, as if many people were gathering there. "Oh, is this the follow-up? I guess my trip wasn't in vain." After speaking, she looked at Lin Xiao again and said, "Get on the train. I'll set off some fireworks as a send-off for you." Lin Xiao knew that those were stronger enemies with countless gods. Stepping through the train door, he paused again and asked, "Is it that easy to reach the god level?" "It's quite simple. Now that the great universe has no restrictions, as long as you reach level 100 and obtain a godhead, which isn't hard to get, you can reach the god level. So you'll see those pigs, cattle, sheep, flowers, and trees become gods. They're all low-grade stuff. However, the great universe's restrictions are shrinking. I don't know what the situation is like on your side, but if the restrictions haven't closed, it's best to reach the god level quickly. Become a god level first, and you can slowly supplement the rest later. Otherwise, you might bash your head in and still not reach the god level, which would be a bit of a loss. After all, it's a completely new domain, no matter how bad it is." Lin Xiao nodded and stepped into the already scarred train. The train is about to depart. Next stop, Abyss and Netherworld. With a hiss of steam, the train started again. Lin Xiao poked his head out, glanced at the rapidly approaching enemies, and then looked at the girl. He saw her sitting on the shoulder of the World Heritage, playing a game console, completely unconcerned about the approaching enemies. In an instant, countless terrifying attacks boomed. The World Heritage raised its head and arms, and terrifying laser beams shot out fiercely. Boom! The brilliant light was like blooming fireworks, and the originally dense crowd was instantly annihilated. Too brutal. Lin Xiao couldn't help but shake his head. Slaying gods like dogs, what was this girl's origin? Did she create this mechanical construct? She said she was strong. Could her strength be that of a high god? No, she felt even stronger than a high god. Before long, the train had traveled a great distance, and the massive mechanical construct had become a glowing black dot in his eyes. No longer looking back, he sat in the driver's cabin, watching the train move forward. The scenery rapidly receded. The original starry sky gradually transformed into endless darkness. The train entered a place where wails echoed in his ears, making his heart tremble. We've reached the abyss. Lin Xiao had never been to the abyss, but his intuition told him that the train had entered the abyss region. He only hoped no abyss monsters would attack. A moment later, whoosh, with a sharp hiss of steam, the train stopped. Lin Xiao got off the train and found the place incredibly eerie. What he stepped on was not solid ground, but a path paved with countless white bones, which was quite chilling. You have arrived at the train's final destination. Congratulations on clearing the Abyss Dungeon Netherworld train. Additionally completed the special Abyss Dungeon. Heavenly Realms Regret. Chapter 327. An Unexpected Development. Listening to the task completion prompt, Lin Xiao couldn't help but sigh. Especially that girl who manipulated the world heritage. Her strength was terrifyingly powerful. Dealing with those gods was like cutting grass. She came to help the celestial realm, and she also seems to know the temple. Lin Xiao murmured. Perhaps he could inquire about her from the god of fun. After all, she didn't seem like a bad person. Cleared Dungeon Netherworld Train. Obtained. Netherworld Guidance. Consumable. *1. Mechanical Core Furnace. Material. *1. Netherworld Egg. Skillbook. Summoner. *1. The rewards were distributed, only 3, which made Lin Xiao complain, but it also aroused his great curiosity. Such a difficult dungeon only gives 3 rewards. They can't be bad, right? Lin Xiao looked at the first reward. Netherworld Guidance. After falling into the Netherworld, it can guide you to the correct exit direction, or you can call out what you are looking for, and it will also point it out to you, limited to the abyss. After reading the description, Lin Xiao's eyes lit up. This was a consumable for finding items. This thing came just in time. It can help me find the Equilibrium Flower Seed. The Equilibrium Flower Seed is one of the materials needed for the secret medicine. Although Lin Xiao knew the location of the Equilibrium Flower Seed was in the Abyss Great Canyon, the specific location was unknown. But with the Netherworld Guidance, it would be easy to find, saving a lot of time. It really is a good thing. Lin Xiao looked at the second reward. Mechanical Core Furnace. Mechanical creation material. Only mechanical creations can use it to enhance their abilities. Can this thing be used on the ancient mechanical ox? Lin Xiao was a little doubtful, as the ancient mechanical ox was not a pure mechanical creation, but he still decided to give it a try. He gave the mechanical core furnace to the ancient mechanical ox, and the core furnace was immediately absorbed and installed within its body. Moo! The ancient mechanical ox let out a roar, its eyes flashing red. Ancient mechanical ox quality has been upgraded to Epic 9 stars. Obtain skill. Overclocked. Overclock. Activates the internal core furnace, boosting its output to maximum and manufacturing capabilities to the limit. Duration, 3 minutes. Note: after overclock ends, It will enter a non-combat state for 1 hour. A burst skill that enhances abilities in all aspects is not bad. Lin Xiao was quite satisfied. This greatly enhanced the ancient mechanical ox's combat power. Then he looked at the last reward, which was a summoner's skill book. Netherworld Egg. Randomly obtain a summoned beast. Learning level 65. It's a random summoned beast. Could it hatch a creature from the abyss? By the way, can creatures from the abyss become summoned beasts? Lin Xiao was very confused. He wasn't very clear about this. However, it requires level 65 to learn, and he was only level 55, so he couldn't verify it for now. Cleared Special Dungeon Celestial Realm Regret. Obtained. Random God Tier Talent *1. I knew something was missing. It turns out the reward for the special dungeon hasn't been issued yet. God Tier Talent? There's actually a reward like this. Lin Xiao was very shocked. God Tier talents are extremely difficult to obtain. Even if he could get one S-rank talent every day, it would be hard to get a God Tier talent through continuous talent upgrades. But clearing a special dungeon directly rewards a God Tier talent. This is incredibly awesome. But who should I give this talent to? He fell into distress. Except for the Death God Knight and Snow Maiden doll, no other summoned beast had reached mythical quality, so they couldn't obtain a God Tier talent. He glanced at his talent inventory. It wasn't enough to upgrade the slime to mythical grade. I'll give it to the Death God Knight, even though he's already very strong. Death God Knight obtained God Tier talent, Eternal Valley of Slumber. Eternal Valley of Slumber. A special space owned by the Death God Knight. Enemies killed will permanently slumber here, and their vengeful spirits can be freely commanded to fight. Oh! Lin Xiao raised an eyebrow upon seeing the new talent. So, as long as I kill the opponent, they will forever become one of us? This talent is pretty good. Although the Death God Knight could summon an army of undead and command hell creatures, these two were not the same. The former refers to being confined to a single battle, allowing corpses to continue fighting. The latter summoning is unstable. One can never be sure what kind of hell creature will appear from Hell's Gate. Really good. It's quite a harvest. Lin Xiao was very satisfied with the gains from this dungeon run. Not only was his strength improved, but he also got most of what he wanted, and even had unexpected gains. Time to go back. Passing through the teleportation gate, Lin Xiao left the dungeon. Inside the scenic lake, Qin Chuan and the others had not left. They were waiting for Lin Xiao to come out. It had been almost a day since they came out. It's been almost a day. Do you think Lin Xiao might really be in trouble? Qin Chuan asked with some worry. Although this is my first time meeting him, from his demeanor, he should be able to handle it. So there's no need to worry too much, An Yuan Kue said calmly. Suddenly, he stood up abruptly, his face full of shock, his pupils trembling. What's wrong? Qin Chuan and Sikong were startled by his action and quickly asked what was happening. I was glanced at by a god. And Yuan Kue murmured, his face full of disbelief. You were glanced at by a god? Sikong's eyes widened. How is that possible? Divine glimpse usually happens before class awakening. The probability of being glanced at after class awakening is very, very small. Ha ha ha. Believe it or not, I really was glanced at by a god. And Yuan Kue started gesticulating excitedly. As long as I can pass the divine trial, I can receive a god's blessing, ha 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 ha. Listening to An Yuan Kue's hearty laughter, Sikong was very depressed. How could this guy be glanced at by a god? It made no sense. Congratulations, congratulations. Which god's glimpse was it? Qin Chuan asked. It was the god of wind, and Yuan Kuei said proudly. You really deserve a beating, Sikong said, grinding his teeth in anger. It's not that he feared his brother's hardships, but he feared his brother driving a Land Rover, a metaphor for sudden success, especially with an Yuan Kuei right in front of him. Suddenly receiving a divine glimpse was incredibly frustrating. Ha ha ha. Don't worry, you're not worse than me. If you work harder, you'll also get a divine glimpse. See, didn't I just get one? Sikong clenched his fist and directly punched in Yuan Kuei. And Yuan Kuei, who took a punch, didn't get angry. Instead, he laughed even louder. Sikong suddenly froze and said, I think I also received a divine glimpse. What? You too? And Yuan Kuei's eyes widened. Divine trial. I also received a divine glimpse. Sikong thought he had misheard, but after seeing the divine trial, he immediately shouted it out. He hadn't misheard. He really had received a divine glimpse. You bastard. Come here and let me hit you back. And Yuan Kuei swung his fist and punched back. Qin Chuan was naturally happy for his two friends receiving the divine glimpse, but also felt puzzled. The probability of a divine glimpse is already tiny, and now two at once. Could it be because of the dungeon? Hearing Qin Chuan's words, the two also calmed down, and Yuan Kuei pondered for a moment, then nodded. That's possible. What's possible? Just then, Lin Xiao emerged and happened to hear in Yuan Kuei's last sentence. You're finally out? We were almost going to set up a tombstone for you here. What's the situation with the dungeon? And Yuan Kuei immediately asked. Cleared. Cleared? Did you defeat those gods? How is that possible? The destruction of the celestial realm is inevitable. I just need to wait until then, Lin Xiao said calmly. Those gods were indeed annihilated, but not by his hand. What about the rewards? And Yuan Kuei was very curious about the rewards for such a difficult dungeon. So, a god-tier talent, Lin Xiao said indifferently. God-tier talent? The three immediately looked over. In their understanding, S-rank talent was already the highest level of talent. Was there such a thing as a god-tier talent? At this moment, Sikong remembered something and shouted, I know! We were able to receive a divine glimpse because Lin Xiao cleared the dungeon. Chapter 328. Lin Xiao felt confused, but after their explanation, he generally understood what had happened. Qin Chuan and the other two seemed to have received a reward for leaving the dungeon early, a divine glimpse. But Lin Xiao didn't think so, because Qin Chuan didn't seem to have received the reward for clearing the special dungeon. However, Lin Xiao didn't dwell on it and went with them for a big meal. After the meal, and Yuan Kuei and Sikong left to prepare for the god's trial. Lin Xiao didn't return to the temple dormitory with Qin Chuan but went back to his own home. A lot of dust had accumulated on the furniture. Clearly, Lin Yao hadn't been back for some time. After becoming a singer, she hasn't returned at all? Lin Xiao wondered. He tried calling Lin Yao, only to find her line constantly busy. As he was about to leave her a message, a notification suddenly popped up on his phone screen. Xiaoyao's new song breaks 10 million in 3 days. Future singing star candidate. Xiaoyao? Couldn't be Lin Yao, could it? Lin Xiao recalled the stage name Lin Yao had chosen for herself after her debut. It seemed to be this name. 10 million, with so many people listening. Is there a problem? It must be someone else. Lin Xiao was speechless and immediately clicked on the notification. The first thing that popped up was a photo of Lin Xiao, holding a microphone, displaying a sweet smile. It really is her. Lin Xiao was shocked, doubting, is it not her problem, but mine? Lin Xiao directly searched for Xiaoyao on the music app, and 2 songs appeared. It was already a good achievement for her to release 2 songs right after her debut. He clicked on the first song, Little Sweetness, and the singing hit his head like out-of-tune notes, scaring him into quickly turning it off. This thing has 100 million plays. Lin Xiao's eyes widened. Am I crazy? Or is this world crazy? After a brief moment of shock, he thought of Lin Yao's inexplicable profession. Could Lin Yao's songs be related to this? I wonder how the God of Fun's investigation is going. It's been so long. There should be results by now. Just as Lin Xiao was about to enter the God's assembly hall to ask the God of Fun about the situation, his phone suddenly rang. It was Nan Wanxing. It was indeed right to choose you. The Netherworld Train Abyss Dungeon will be closed for at least a few years and won't appear again. General God, you flatter me too much. Without Qin Chuan and the other 3, I wouldn't have been able to clear the dungeon alone. Lin Xiao spoke truthfully, and indeed it was the truth. Without the help of Qin Chuan and the others, it would have been very difficult for him to kill the dungeon boss. He had the ability to defeat one level 70 Abyss boss, but that didn't mean he could defeat a second one, because defeating the first one almost used up all his trump cards. Don't be so modest. To be honest, it wasn't me who chose you to enter the dungeon this time. After all, your level was too low, and I wasn't willing to see you take such a risk. Nan Wanxing explained. After all, in the Netherworld Train Abyss dungeon, there was a high probability of encountering a level 70 boss, and Lin Xiao was only level 5 before entering the dungeon, so he wasn't very at ease. Not you. Lin Xiao was stunned. It was the temple's choice. As for the reason, I'm not clear, which is why I asked you to come find me after you came out of the Tower of Heaven. Speaking of which, it's my first time encountering the temple actively requesting someone to enter a designated dungeon. So I'm very curious, what exactly happened inside the dungeon? Nan Wanxing asked. The temple assigned professions and maintained the operation of dungeons, but it never interfered with any choices made by professionals. This time, however, it unexpectedly specifically named Lin Xiao to enter the dungeon, which made Nan Wanxing very curious. It was just that Nan Wanxing hadn't told Lin Xiao the news at first, fearing he would feel pressure, so he waited until he came out of the dungeon to inquire. Lin Xiao fell silent, recalling everything that happened in the special dungeon, and the words spoken by the girl who manipulated the world heritage afterward. He understood what the temple wanted to do, but Lin Xiao couldn't understand why the temple wanted him to go. It seemed like anyone with a slightly higher level and stronger abilities could also have gone, but this specific naming left Lin Xiao a bit bewildered. There was nothing special about the dungeon, but if I had to say something special... Lin Xiao paused. We participated in a war of gods not long ago. War of gods? Nan Wanxing was taken aback, his expression immediately turning serious. It's like this. Lin Xiao roughly recounted the events of the dungeon, including the mysterious girl who manipulated the world heritage. But he didn't truthfully narrate what the girl had said to him. He mentioned that after she appeared, she instantly killed all the gods and so on. On the other end of the phone, Nan Wanxing listened in shock, not even interjecting a word throughout the process. It wasn't until Lin Xiao finished speaking that he opened his mouth. I never imagined this dungeon would be so dangerous. You were still able to clear it, so it seems the temple was right to specifically name you. Lin Xiao. Does General God need to reach God level to go to the great universe? Lin Xiao asked curiously. Perhaps, but no one has ever reached level 100, let alone God level. Now it seems you have a good chance, Nan Wanqing said. I think you also have a chance, General God. Aren't you very close to level 100? Lin Xiao asked. He didn't know Nan Wanqing's level, but the fact that he dared to enter the abyss alone, going in and out 7 times unscathed, was enough to prove his strength. You might be in the 98 or 99 level range, very close to level 100. Me? I probably don't have a chance. Nan Wanqing shook his head, no longer continuing the topic, and instead said, Get some good rest. After speaking, he hung up the phone. No chance. Lin Xiao frowned. Could he have contracted some illness or hidden ailment? Nan Wanqing was still very young. He had plenty of time to challenge level 100. I'll rest first, then go find the god of fun to understand Lin Yao's situation later. Just as Lin Xiao was about to lie down and rest, a playful laugh echoed in the room. He was too familiar with this voice. Having just laid down, he sat right back up. God of fun, have you investigated anything? Lin Xiao asked directly. I did find something interesting. Your sister is even more extraordinary than I imagined. The goddess of fate's voice echoed in the room. What happened? Lin Xiao immediately asked. Come to the assembly hall. Okay. With divine permission, Lin Xiao no longer needed to return to the temple dormitory to rotate the compass to enter the god's assembly hall. He only needed to submit the sanctuary core to enter freely. After completing the submission, a burst of light enveloped Lin Xiao and he disappeared from the room. When his vision returned, Lin Xiao was already sitting at a bedside table, and across from him sat the goddess of fate.